When I read the script, I could actually totally relate to the role of ODILE and to the whole story because of my personal background growing up in France, a very impoverished area. I live in an area where there was a lot of gang-related violence, and also mother like ODILE trying to help their children the best they could. So I would really want, I was interested because I want the story to go out there and open the eyes of people, and then have people, you know, react to it, and then maybe things will change, have things to change. So
yeah, definitely.
Hi, I'm Tay, and I play the role of John Philippe. Well, I read through the script. I was like, oh wow, this looks like a really fun character to play, and I don't know, I've never really played that sort of character before, and I really wanted to have a go at it. I was like, you know what, I'm going to really enjoy this, and I was really excited about it. So.
Something different and
yeah, so exactly.
Yeah, for sure.
Hi, I'm Pavinder Shergill, and I'm playing Dr. Hegarty, or Dr. Hogarty, however you want to pronounce it. Firstly, I really love Elsie's work. I've known her for about 2 years now, and she tells very important storylines, female-driven, about diversity, and I think as a woman of colour for myself, I really connect with that. And specifically this script, you know, it's themes I think that are affecting us not just in London, but I think worldwide. It's becoming such a big issue about gang crime, and it's very systemically rooted, the reasons why gang crime is on the rise. In different places, obviously, that changes. It's related to so many different things with mental health and housing and where you're from and the local area. And it's very complex, and I really like that storyline. I think it's something that needs to be told. And again, I really like the fact that it was diverse. Elsie, you know, a female black director, writer, I really want to promote that, so I felt really connected with it.
So my name is Christophe, and I'm French. They wanted a French character, so I'm the one. Yeah, my character is, I play Mathieu, who's from Paris and just moved to London, and he doesn't speak English at all. I guess it's quite similar to what I experienced when I moved to London like 5 years ago. My English wasn't that good, maybe it's still bad, but I'll do my best. I'm an actor, so I'm trained actor, but in French, so I had to do some English-speaking films. So I've started to go back to basic trainings, and I even done some English acting, improv. It was very hard for me because my English wasn't good, but it was so frustrating because I knew things and I knew how to play and to act, and I couldn't do it properly because of the language.
Expressing yourself.
Yeah, and this is exactly what happened to Mathieu in the film, and moved to London, and the only job he could get is working in a restaurant and as a kitchen porter. And it could be an interesting job to learn English, but it was so different from what he has in Paris before, so he's very frustrated, and then everything go bad.
Well, I've worked with Elsie, the director, and we had a talk show previously that we've done before, which very good quality and very successful. And we are also in the process of doing another TV series, and I play a main character for that one as well. But when Elsie called on me and she said, "Can you do this one?" and I said, "Oh, sure, okay." And I know this project is very close to her heart and means a lot to her, so I'm always happy to help. And I know it's going to be great quality.
Because I met Elsie first 8 years ago when ODILE was first started as a project, and I was casting in all of Hoda since, and I've worked with Elsie on other things since then, and we've become friends. Well, I think it's a really important story, and obviously based on true events, and I really want to be able to help bring that to life for Elsie, so I want to do the best I can for the story and for her.
Playing the character of Sanjay, the womanising, racist, rich landlord of this humble abode here. It's quite a story to this production. I auditioned for this about 10 years ago. Did an audition in Camden, and at that point ODILE was going to be a feature film, and got an audition for the character of Sanjay, and Elsie liked what I did with the character and offered me the role, which I accepted. And then it was just a question like waiting for the green light to start filming, but unfortunately at that time there wasn't any funding and it all fell through. And I was told that we just have to wait and see what happens, and as the years passed I just forgot all about it. Literally, you know, I just moved on to doing other things, other projects and stuff like that. And then about, was it 3 or 4 weeks ago, I got this email out of the blue from Elsie. And she said, "Hi, do you remember me? Do you remember ODILE? Well, it's happening, but this time as potentially a 6-part drama for Channel 4 Sky." And they wanted to do a pilot, and they asked if I was still interested. And I said, yeah, you know, I'd love to. I mean, Sanjay is a really interesting character. And the opportunity to play him in, you know, in this project that I was offered so many years ago, and to see it through to fruition, you know, it was just too good. So yeah, so I said yes. Well, the character is a complex one and a really interesting one, and you don't really often get the opportunity to play, you know, characters as well written and well thought out, you know, as that. He's a bad guy, but then maybe he's a good guy as well, because you don't know what's happened to him in terms of making him think this way and behave this way. Clearly it's a shock to his cousin, you know what's happened to him, what he's saying. Yeah. I mean, it's difficult stepping into the shoes of someone who, you know, is a racist womanizer. You know, you really have to sort of kind of try to muster all this, I wouldn't say dark energy, but all this kind of darkness, you know, about thinking that way, and, you know, to try and find that kind of character. In one sense, it's a challenge, you know, because it's unacceptable what he says, you know, on so many levels and to so many people, you know, but he says them anyway. So yeah, he's a complex and interesting character.
So I think the story is really crucial and needs to be told. You know, it covers such important factors like racism, poverty, and yeah, I think it's just a really important message. I also think diversity within the team is amazing. Having a black female director who also wrote the script as well, I think is great to put those voices out there and have those messages told. And yeah, being able to sort of work with such a diverse crew is really important. You know, racism is such a complex and difficult situation in London, and also the housing crisis, and I think sort of being able to go into the skin of those and hearing people's stories about those has been really important and interesting, and yeah, meeting all these different people on set has been really great and really inspiring.
Well, basically I saw the casting call that Elsie put out, and you know, I've read about ODILE, the TV series itself, or, you know, the making of the pilot, and it's a very fascinating story. It touches on very important issues that are, you know, that are around us. You know, poverty, immigration, racism, I guess sexism as well. You know, there's just so much packed in there. And I thought, yeah, this is the kind of project, you know, I'd absolutely love to get involved in. And you know, Elsie, she just seems to know, you know, what she wants from this. So you can tell, you know, it's a passion. It's, you know, it's a passion project. She's got, you know, a great cast, a great crew involved. Yeah, and so I thought, you know, normally I do filmmaking myself. I have done behind the scenes work before as well, but I thought, you know, this is an opportunity I don't want to, you know, pass me by, and I wanted to get involved.
Amazing.
Well, ever since I saw the script, I just think it was really harrowing. I think there's a lot of things that have been covered that really need to be told. So it's obviously covering poverty, domestic violence, knife crime, gang crime as well. So it's really, really important. It needs to be told.
I just thought it was a really, really good script, really good story. It highlights so many issues that are not just in this country obviously, but worldwide, issues for women, issues for race, issues for immigration, and you know, so many different issues that are involved in one script, and of course bullying. So I think, yeah, it just was a good sort of dark, but things that need to be brought to attention. And this, I think the French element too sort of gives it a bit of a different twist, I guess, on it for an audience.
And I believe you had an acting role as well.
Oh my god, who told you that? Yes, I was a nurse. I don't do that in real life, I have no idea. But yeah, so that was fun. So I used to do acting, so yeah, it was nice to do sort of multitask on this one and have a little part.
Amazing. Thank you so much.